One of the challenges of being a manager in the janitorial industry is maintaining satisfied customers. What makes this particularly a challenge for you is that every customer is so different. So some customers have really high expectations, and in their mind, clean means one thing, and it's a very high level, high quality that they require. Other customers, their expectations are a little bit lower, and maybe they don't expect much out of you at all, but maybe they get frustrated if you don't talk to them enough, or maybe you talk to them too much, or maybe they don't like a certain person on your team, or they get frustrated that you maybe remove somebody from your team that they would like to see there. So every customer is so different, and their expectations are all different, and they're really all across the board. And you may have 2 or 3 or 4 customers that you're taking care of, or you may have 15, 20, or 30 customers. So you're managing that many different types of expectations and different people. And that can really be a challenge, especially as you think about training your staff as to what's required. Every building is going to be so different. So I want to give you a couple of tips to help you think through managing the expectations of your customers. So number one is you have to act like a consultant to your customers. So you are the expert in terms of the janitorial industry, in terms of what needs to be done in their facility. So one of the things you want to do is constantly be educating your customers on what their expectations should be and what is reasonable. So in a very real sense, you're helping to shape their expectations. And because you maybe manage 5 or 10 or 20 different jobs, you have a pretty good idea of what a job should look like. And so to help temper those customer expectations, you can continually talk with them about what they should expect and what the facility should be like and what your service should be like at their facility. And this is an ongoing process. It's not going to happen just in one conversation or two. It's something that's going to happen over a period of maybe months or over a year. But over time, that relationship will build, and you'll be able to help shape those expectations of the customer to make your customers more alike with each other. Number two, the second way that you can help shape customer expectations or manage those relationships is to constantly be selling yourself to the customer or showing them how you're adding value to their organization. So we're very much a complaint-driven industry. So people don't realize all the trash cans you've emptied, all the dispensers that you've refilled over and over and over. They take for granted the fact that every time they go to the bathroom, there's toilet paper in the stall. But when you miss it one time or you miss trash or something, they very quickly notice that, and they can be frustrated. So you want to constantly remind the customer of all the things that you are doing for them so they can see that you actually are adding value every day, night after night, week after week. And again, this is something that's ongoing. It's not something that happens in just one conversation or 2 conversations, but it happens week after week and month after month, that you're constantly reinforcing value. The third way that you can help manage customer expectations and really increase customer satisfaction is by adding additional value to the customer. And the way that you do this is that you own the facility and own the cleaning of the facility. So you are not allowing them to be the watchdog of what's going on in their facility, but you are actually doing that. And you are making suggestions to the customer. You are offering ways that you could improve the service. You are looking for things that need to be done, that maybe extra bill services you could sell. So the customer is paying you to manage the service. So instead of just making sure that it gets done, you're also looking out for them to make sure that you're keeping an eye on other things that may need to be done. So when you own the entire project and you're looking for things, you're correcting deficiencies, you're improving, making sure the value is there, and even adding additional value, maybe through window cleaning or floor work that needs to be done, or spring cleaning, or whatever it is. When you're doing all these things, it begins to build trust in the eyes of the customer. They know you're honest, they know you're on top of it, they know you're looking out for their best interests, and they're constantly getting that value reinforced to them. So when you're doing these things, you help temper the customer's expectations, you help to align them to where they should be, and then you're preaching value to them so that they begin to see actually what you do for them and that it does have value. So when you keep these 3 things in mind, it's going to help you strengthen those relationships with your customers and hopefully really improve your customer retention over the long haul.